Hello, and welcome to the InfoZoom video series. My name is Stephen Pesklow. I'm president of SoftLake Solutions, and today what I'd like to talk about is date comparisons. Now, there are a lot of business applications where you might want to do comparisons of dates. For example, when you're doing analyzing PO dates versus invoice dates, for compliance to make certain organizations are adhering to compliance practices, for fraud investigations to potentially look for and identify fraud that's occurring in the company. Now, there are many, to do the analysis, first thing you need to do is import data into InfoZoom. Now, we have a video that describes how to import the data, but InfoZoom, what's important is the InfoZoom is a completely in-memory solution. This is different from Excel. It's also different from tools like ACL or IDEA, which are based upon a database. The advantage of storing all the data in a highly compressed in-memory format is that some irritating data scrubbing and date format issues that we commonly see just don't occur within InfoZoom. And I'll show you what that looks like. The next thing we do once we have our data imported is we select our attributes that we want to see. We create a new attribute called the comparison attributes, and then we determine whether there's any anomalies in the data. So if you go to InfoZoom, again, import your data, and then quickly go to an overview. This allows you to see the difference, if you read this left to right, you can see the different stratifications within your data. So in this case, I have a PO date, and I can see the stratification of what that PO date looks like. I can look at the details by hitting this little funnel within InfoZoom on the attributes, and you can see that I have here a date that is in a month, day, year format, something that we typically would see in the US or Canada. Here I have an invoice date, and you can see that this date is a day, month, year format. So this might be a typical European type date format, in this case, August 17. Now, again, all the data is in memory, so we can go ahead and create these comparisons. And what you want to do is you want to start with one that's going to be, you would expect chronologically to be first. So in this case, here's an invoice date. I hit my control button and then select PO date. If you go under analysis, here are some of the comparison attributes that you can create. And so we'll go ahead and create one to see the difference between these two files, between these two dates. And then you can sort it to see if there's anything interesting from a stratification perspective. Again, another visualization technique. And I want to see here the details. So I can see here that there are a large majority, 4,800 out of my 5,000 transactions that are occurring on the same date, meaning the PO date and the invoice date happen at the same time, which is great. I also can see that there are a lot of invoices that occur before the PO date, and that's fine too. What we're interested to see are any of these right here. So I can see that there are some POs that were created without an invoice, and I can go ahead and drill into these and then look at the details here. So I can see here there's a 71. So I can see that the invoice date is 9/29, PO date is 7/20. This could be a significant issue. Several things I can do once I understand this. I can mark the selection to look further, maybe further investigations at a later time. Or if I want to pop this out to Excel, I can do that. You select in the order that you want to see in your report. So I want to see transaction, invoice, and then the difference. Go under Excel, and then I can see here where my transactions are, and I can see my most offending one is in the top here. I can then, copy these, put them into an audit report, or maybe a summary of my investigations. So that concludes today's video series. Let us know if you have any questions. Also subscribe to our video channel. We're going to be publishing additional videos covering things like internal audits, investigations, privacy and compliance. Let us know if you have any questions, and have fun with your InfoZoom analysis. Thanks.